Okay, this is going to be like a really short video, but I wanted to let you guys know because I know I have a lot of new followers, okay, on my page, and many of you may not know why I get so wrapped up in the autism awareness arena. And I don't do it all year. I really don't. I don't talk about it enough. But you're going to see a lot of it this month because, and I apologize for the traffic, but I wanted to get out here outside because I was hooping a little earlier and I said it's just too pretty of a night. But I wanted to let you guys know I do have an adult son on the spectrum, okay? So I'm one of those mamas, okay, that you see right now with the little ones, but it was like, 25, 30 years ago, for real. My son will be 31 this year, and I also have another son who's going to be 34. He's a whole nother story. But I do want to let you know that this month you're going to be hearing a lot from me, and here's what I want you to do. You can really help me. I do have a blog, and I write about autism on my blog. Not all year, like I said. I tend to do it a lot in April, of course, but every now and then around Mother's Day, and I'm glad you're joining. Please listen. Don't leave yet. It's going to be super short. I just want you to know this. I love to help parents that are going through the thick of it now. I've walked those shoes, and yes, it was many years ago, but I have a take on this that is kind of unique insofar as I like to just kind of remind them of the simplicity and how to navigate now is it's refreshing to think back and go, you know what? If we can make it through without all the stuff, that's out there now, and I think it's wonderful what we have, what's available. It doesn't discount that at all, but I want to remind everyone that if we can get through it, imagine your struggle. Things are only getting better. The world is getting better. Technology is getting better. I've got so much already written, and I'll probably write a couple of new posts this month, but I want to remind you of this. Please send anyone over here, okay, to my page, to my website, to my blog. It's not going to be hard to find because I'm going to post about it this month. And let people know, hey, I know this mom. She's got a grown adult son on the spectrum. And to look at him now, you wouldn't know that he was as severe as he was when he was 3 and 4 years old and 5. And he just kept getting a little better each year, okay? And like I wrote about today, if you saw the post, scroll past just down a couple, you'll see I took did a dual picture of when the day he was diagnosed, and just last year, okay? Just picture of me and him. And now to look at him, he doesn't look any different. And that's something I kind of want to talk about. That's the thing where you really have to be aware of what is out there with these autistic individuals. Sometimes you just don't know, and so you want to be aware of what are their quirks, what's going on with them that possibly can I be more understanding? And I mean, there's so many different situations, and I hope that maybe one of these days I can get my son to come on here again. I'm going to turn this light on. Ooh, look how much better that looks. Oh my goodness. But I can get my son to come back on here and do another video with me. He did one on Mother's Day a couple of years ago, and it was really interesting. But I think this year I'm going to do that again for my Mother's Day gift. He's not camera shy, but I don't make him get on a lot. But do me a solid. Get any friends, any moms that want to, outlook from another mom to mom, because when I see another autistic mom, another autism mom rather, we kind of are in that boat. Even though we may not be in the situation at the same time, we get it, okay? And so as you can see, look, I have been doing this whole support autistic people, what am I saying, like the organizations, Autism Speaks, and different, oh my goodness, so many things over the years. I brought my hoop, and it was when I had a lot more energy. But now I hope that you out there, if you want to do some kind of special event for your autistic friends, like, or even hi Alicia, or even a group that does events for autism. Maybe they have uh, charitable events in the community. One thing that I know for sure is that those kids love hoops. So even if you don't hoop, but you find maybe some are on sale somewhere and you wanted to give to that organization, a great gift is a bunch of little kitty hoops, because really those kids love it because of the spinning, okay? But the one tip I do have is, if you do any kind of event with small children and you give them those toy hoops, make sure that you have a lot of adult volunteers. That's my one big caveat. Because you really need to guide those children one-on-one. You can't expect the whole group, especially if they have autism. They're going to be running amok, and they're going to be all different places with it. And, some are going to want to hold it, some are going to want to step on it, some are, and you're going to need a lot of help. But I love working in that sector if I have a lot of help. It's very rewarding. So even if you have someone, okay, that is asking you to volunteer at an event for autism, think about implementing some toy hoops. I'm just saying, that's one tip. But other than that, I'm going to run, because tonight is like the final episode of This Is Us, and I really want to go in the house and see it, because we don't have a DVR. Oh God, am I so old? Anyway, I want to get in there and do that. I just want you guys to know, I am so passionate about autism awareness, and I see somebody is talking about it, and I know adults are on the spectrum too. That's what my son is, on the spectrum, and to look at him, you'd never know. You just kind of have to talk to him and get to know him, and he really is helpful. If he has something that bothers him or is anxious about something, he will tell you. You just have to talk to him and ask him about it. And it makes it difficult for these people in the workplace and in certain social situations. But if you're understanding, okay, Alicia, I did not know you had Asperger's. I'm learning something new about you, darling. We're going to have a whole conversation about that later this month, because I want to say this. Asperger's girls really gravitate towards this and could do well. And the reason why is because it's something you can do on your own, by yourself. You don't have to go into a stressful situation. And sometimes even, and this goes for Asperger's men too, hooping is so challenging and very on your own. And sometimes if you have that engineer type brain, you can break these moves down and you get really, really good. And so it wouldn't surprise me. And I'm not saying this to demean anyone. I think it's a beautiful thing. It wouldn't surprise me if some of these really good hoopers that you see that are doing all the things and doing those really fast tricks and all that stuff, okay, they could be on the spectrum, because that is a real thing. That when you're on the spectrum, sometimes all it is that you're just hyper focused on something, and you kind of feel uneasy in social situations, and you don't read body cues and body language and verb and just innuendos. They're just not there, right? But boy, you get something like a hoop or anything technical, you can break it down and learn. And I have seen with my own two eyes, I have taught people that that are on the spectrum. They've even told me, and they can break stuff down and get so good. So, I mean, really, if you look at it, whether they're super affected on the spectrum or if they're high functioning and they're not that affected and they're more like Asperger's, I see autism as joy and a gift, because you see the world in a whole different way than some of us, and it's a beautiful thing. I used to say that about my son, and if you really want to know, I'm going to wrap it up because I'm missing the beginning of This Is Us, I bet. Around Joy was my blog name because of my son. I did not hoop yet. I didn't hoop yet. I used to say he wears his joy like on his sleeve. If I could be as joyful as my son, he was a happy little boy all the time, and he was innocent. He didn't understand some of the things and the crud that was going on, and it's just beautiful. Sometimes they say innocence is bliss, right? And so around Joy was because I was around Joy every day, parenting him. As difficult as it was, I remembered that little joy, I used to say he was joy in a bottle. That was my purpose, and both of my kids really, to raise those boys, right? So I couldn't let the negative stuff bring me down. I wanted to always see the joy in them. And then I just so happened to find the hoop. And I said, man, what a great name for what I'm doing with the hoop, Around Joy. So tell me that's not a God thing, right? Okay, so it's Autism Awareness Month, and I will be your girl all this month. For positivity and joy around autism, I'll be sharing lots of posts. Not all, okay? I will do some hoop posts, but I want you to know, okay? I want to talk to more parents. So, thanks, Alicia. I want to be that one that gives them positive hope. Because yes, my son's high functioning, but let me tell you what, I see little boys, especially because I had a boy, every day that remind me so much of my son. Oh my God. Have y'all ever seen Ellen, the little boy Nate that does the maps? Please tell me you know who I'm talking about. That was Kyle. He looks like Kyle. And oh my God, Marie, if you're watching, oh my God, that little Nate boy is Kyle personified. But that's what I'm getting at. He was that way, and I know that's high. That little boy has Asperger's or something. Lots of verbal and, but very hyper-focused on, a lot of the kids that she has on are Asperger's, they are. But these kids that, they don't have a lot of words. Kyle didn't have a lot of words. And I look at those moms and I just tell them, you don't have anything to worry about, babe. My son was exactly like your son. And you can tell they have autism, right? I said, look at my son now. All we did was go with what we felt was the best thing for him. Because we didn't have this. We didn't have nothing, man. I wrote today, I think it was on the Post. It was like bedrock, we were the Flintstones. And now, this is the Jetsons. So you are parenting in the age of the Jetsons. Don't worry about it, honey. Things are gonna be better. Even if your child is on the lower end of the spectrum, companies are getting involved, corporate things are happening. There's so much good stuff that's communities are gonna be built and programs where they live and they work together. It's gonna happen. So don't worry your pretty little head, okay? I gotta go, it's getting dark. I'm gonna go watch me some This Is Us, but I'll be here all month with positive stories, playlists of my videos that I've done in the past here, blog posts, but visit aroundjoy.com. The blog is I get a little of a clip talking about this because I'm so passionate about it. But do stay tuned this month. We're going to talk more about it, okay? Thanks, guys. Enjoy This Is Us if you're a watcher too. So, bye. Happy Friday evening. I know, it's not quite really night. It's very late afternoon. And I don't know who's going to be watching this, but hopefully on the replay, y'all will be able to see this pretty new hoop. This is about a 48 inch. We're going to talk about why that size is important, but I want you to see it's a snap and grow. So, and a sassy hoop too, and it's a little bit different sassy hoop. So, I'm going to step over here and see. How's everybody doing tonight? I would go on a little bit later, but I think we're going to go out for dinner, and I just don't want to have to worry about coming back here and trying to beat the daylight and all that stuff. So we'll be out running around. But this hoop is a custom for a new client, and she lives local. She's going to be picking it up. This kind of hoop, okay, you have to pick up because it's a full circle with an added section that makes it bigger, okay? And if you've been following me and know how I feel about big is better, right? So about 48 inches, it's going to come around to the breastises, maybe a little bit higher, depending on your size. She's 5'3", I'm 5'4", so this is about right in the pocket for her. Whoever's joining, let me know where you're joining from. Say hello, give me a hearts and a thumbs. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, that will help me because I want to make sure of that. And if you catch us on the replay, go ahead and comment as well. I love my comments. As you know, share this video with anybody who wants to get started hooping, who wants to get started moving, wants to have fun. It's going to tell you a little bit of information about this hoop. This hoop weighs under 2 pounds. You know that how I feel about the heavy weighted hoops. Don't go there. But being that it's for a local client, she could pick any kind of hoop because she's coming to get it. You guys know I ship all over the United States, but for me to be able to ship a hoop, it has to be in segments. And so this particular one that I've got here doesn't make segments. It only comes down to one size. This is what a segment looks like, guys. And my hoops that I mail, the Snap and Goes, they have segments like this, 9 of them, okay? Sometimes 8 of them, just depends on the size that I'm making it. But what we've got here is about a 48 and a 42, which is really, really good because the 42 inch, I'm gonna put this segment down a minute. Your 42 inch, for a beginner, this may be a stretch. It's gonna spin faster, there's less mass, right? So you don't wanna beat yourself up when you're trying to learn how to do these on-body moves, which on-body means it's on your body, obviously. But when you get down into the hips, you're gonna wanna put that piece back in. And even if you get better and you can do your normal 42 inch hoop, you wanna use a bigger hoop for going down to the hips for sure. And I hope Janice hears that, okay? The other case would be when you wanna go up into your chest and then dip into shoulder hooping. Later on, you're gonna wanna use the big size. So I love having 2 sizes at least, but if you get a segmented hoop from me, the Snap and Go, having the ability to take it down a size or 2 is still there. In fact, it's got, really the ability for 3 sizes. So that's what's really cool about the Snap and Go. And even if you're local, I could make you one of those. You just need to let me know that that is the kind that you feel would be best for you. A lot of times if people travel a lot, having one of these that has segments like this that you can put in your suitcase makes it really, really easier to travel. Obviously you can't travel with one of these, too big, but you could with a Snap and Go. I also make the twist hoops, and just FYI, the reason that I'm not selling that many of those anymore is that they are a little bit cumbersome for travel on the airplane. TSA rules have really gotten more strict over the years. They really don't fit in a suitcase that well that you could, like a carry-on suitcase, however all these segments do. But a lot of my local clients, my girls, I know Valerie just actually reached out to me today. She's going to be planning her trips, and she's traveled with the Snap or with the Twist, and she likes them. Plus, she's been hooping a long time, so her Twist and Go is a much smaller hoop. But when you are a beginner and you really want the good size hoop, say like a 42, 43, those twist down hoops, they're good size and harder to get on an airplane. But if you have the lighter, smaller ones, sometimes that's very easy. Another thing is that, with a Twist and Go, sometimes the size of it, just the fact that it's round because it folds into 2 smaller circles, it's harder for me to ship that affordably. It's just shipping has gone up over the years. Whereas if I send you 9 segments like this, it's a flat little package. It's so easy to ship as well. But I wanted to make note also, this is a Sassy hoop, okay? Your Sassy hoop is completely covered tube. And I know a lot of times when you see the Sassy, you see it and it's got 2 colors on it, at least 2, and then it's got the cloth tape, right? Seaming up the 2 shiny colors. In this case, Janice wanted the pearlescent, and it's on the whole hoop. So it's double that, and then she picked purple and orange, and I think it's a beautiful hoop, don't you? So I'm excited for her to have it. What she would probably do in the beginning, and I'm going to give you a little bit of history. I hope Janice doesn't mind, but this might speak to somebody who is in the pocket like Janice. Janice is around my age. I know she's in her 50s. I know she admittedly said she has not been exercising or, in a regular exercise routine. I'm not saying she's definitely not sitting back and doing nothing, because the girl's lost some weight, I know that, and, pardon me, busy street. Anyway, she's lost a considerable amount of weight, and she's at the size where she really wants to, firm up and really tighten things up. And so I suggested to her at least to get this kind of hoop, not just one size, but have the ability to go down to 2, because she does need the extra room for the waist hooping. But this will give her the ability, and I hope you're listening, Janice, to do your off-body moves with ease, okay? And you don't have as much hoop to swing around, right? So this kind of work is what you want to be outside doing, okay? This kind of stuff, unless your room is really big and you have no furniture around you, this is the kind of stuff you can't do inside. But Did you hear on the news yesterday, and this is what I want to come home with now, really bring it on home, getting outside every day if you can, and during your work day, during your day, like if you work at home or if you're home with kids or grandkids or whatever, getting outside is good for you. It's calming, right? It's good for the body, it's good for the mind, it just relieves stress. Hello. And then if you're doing it with a hoop, you're exercising actually. You're playing, it doesn't feel like work, doesn't feel like exercise, but you're actually getting the benefits of being outside in the fresh air and doing these big motions with your hoop. This kind of stuff, y'all, you cannot do in your house. For that very reason, I have to get out here and do it more and show you guys and model. I would not be a good coach and instructor of hooping if I said, sure, get in front of that TV and hoop. Do that waist hooping. Stand there and do this. That is wonderful. A lot of us have to do that in the winter time. I know more so than others. We don't have it nearly as bad in Texas as a lot of you do in the other parts of the country, with as bad of a cold and snowy of a winter as it was. But you know, I'd be lying if I said the only way to do this and the best way, and really the best way to do this is to just do it in your house. No, that is not true. The best way you can possibly do this is do both. Do some inside whenever you want to just kind of mess around with it in your small space. You can small hoop, you can stand there, but it behooves you to get outside and move with your hoop. You can take this size of hoop and smaller, of course, on a walk, and that's really beneficial. So I really want all my clients to have access to a hoop that is smaller than their big on-body hoop. But I do feel, and this is from the bottom of my heart, I really do feel as we age, and I'm not, you know, pretending I'm not getting older, as we age, we need bigger hoops. We don't go smaller. We shouldn't go smaller. It's fine to play with those and do your arms with the smaller, lighter hoops, but if you really want to stay in shape and develop some muscle and flexibility and really put some intention into keeping your arms strong, you can move your arms quite a bit with a lighter hoop. But when you get a big old hoop that doesn't weigh much, okay, I'm not saying it has to weigh a lot, but this is still under 2 pounds. It just gives you the ability to keep your arms in better shape when you have a little bit of weight in your hands, okay? So the hoop like I had before I made it bigger, that's a perfect size. It really is. Around a 40, 42 could be. Sometimes going down to a 38, that is excellent in this type of tubing. But, you know, I can't go down to a 38 with one of these because the segment would be really, really, really a lot larger. And I just want it nice and manageable. I just think this kind of hoop, if you're local, pretty much all of my hoops, if you said, Jerry, I want to come pick up a hoop, I'd say, okay, these are the ones I have available. They're all going to have segments. I'm not going to be making just a full-size hoop arbitrarily with no segment, because that is so specific as to a certain size person, if that makes sense. You know, not everybody can start out with a 42-inch hoop, and if I have a bunch of 42, 41-inch hoops hanging, they may not be right for anybody. So if I put a segment in it and say, oh, here's a hoop for you, you can bring it down, but you can make it larger, and then you'll really be able to get this big thing going, because this is good for multiple size people. You just need enough room to get your movements in, people. Okay, so anyway, I wanted Janice to see her hoop. I already sent her pictures of this hoop. That's what I do when I make a hoop for a client, is I show them the pictures, and I'll be posting those on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know who's giving me those whatevers, but thank you. So if I can help any of you, just leave me a comment below. Something I really want to get started on this Facebook page, and I have not done it yet, is open my messenger back up. There's so many things on Facebook that's available. I know maybe some of you have seen, and this is where, give me a heart or a thumbs. What would you think if I had a bot? Do you know what that is? A bot. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. If I had a bot that when I was talking about a particular hoop, I would say, just type the word hoop in and I'll send you some information. You know what I mean? Like you wanted to know, where do you order? I get that question sometimes, like, where do you order? Well, I can't type the comments in right now, but I could say, oh, just type the word hoop in my bot. I'll probably name her Flo. Flo, because of Hoop Flo. But she could send you, or Joy. Joy could be her name. But my little bot could send you information. What would y'all think about that? You know, that's really popular on Facebook now, and they're always wanting us to try the new things. I haven't done it yet. Now, this last thing I'm gonna, you know what, I'm not gonna say it yet. I have a surprise, but I'm not gonna say it yet. I'll save it for another time. I'm not gonna say it. Are y'all curious what it is? I can't talk about it now, it's too late in the video. But I'm glad that you're here, Sandy. Gosh, I haven't seen you in a long time. Wow. Flash from the past. Anyway, this particular hoop, if you're late joining, a segment comes out. Let's just show y'all that again, because I think that's important that you know. And you just gently twist. Did you see how that worked? Let's show you up close. Here's the button. You hear that snap? You just push and you give it a little wiggle, wiggle. Oh, did pull it. Give it a little wiggle, wiggle, and it comes out. And then here. And when it's taken out, it's about a 42-inch hoop, and then this makes it about, you need to schedule a class. Well, good. I don't remember where you're coming from, Sandy. Dallas area, is that right? Let me tell you. I'll just go ahead and tell you the surprise. Can I tell you the surprise? Maybe a lot of people won't hear this anyway, but we are starting to look at selling the guest house. So there would be no more Hoop Shack. You're in Allen. Okay, so listen up, okay? There would be no more Hoop Shack. You haven't been, Sandy, did you come to my new Hoop Shack, the guest house, the last time I saw you? I think you came when we first moved in there, didn't you? I remember you came to my studio when it was an office space. I do remember that, but I think you may have dropped by my my guest house once we moved in over there. But it'll be 3 years that we've already been there 3 years, believe it or not. No, you haven't. Okay, we've already been there 3 years. But as you might well know, we were doing Airbnb on the bedrooms. But now, since all that's kind of up in the air, and looks like we're not going to be able to do Airbnb possibly because of city regulations. You know, it's a time in our life where I'm ready to make a shift. And obviously I'm on the online more, and I'm doing an online course coming up, Sandy. But I'll still be able to teach privately. So if you get with me and you come to the house, yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. So if somebody really wants to learn, we'll do probably weekend a session, you know, meet me here, and sometimes we can go over to the school next door, and they have a beautiful overhead thing where you can go under, even if it was kind of a little damp outside. But it's going to be outside, because what did I say earlier? You probably weren't watching. I think I would be doing you a disservice. Let me just explain this. As a coach and as an instructor and a mentor, if I said, you need to learn this in a sterile studio, because it's not true. That was one thing I loved about the guest house, is that I got to teach people in a home setting. Although it really wasn't our home, it had a backyard, right? This is my home, this is my backyard. So I can teach you online here, I can teach a client right here. There's plenty enough room for us to learn. So it's gonna be the kind of thing, Sandy, where we're gonna look at the 10-day forecast, and you're gonna say, I wanna come out for a session, and we're gonna look at the forecast. Well, gosh, you know, Wednesday looks really pretty, Thursday looks really, the rest of the week, what day do you wanna come? Does that make sense? And then I just work with you here. And we would do it at a time of day where it's not hot. And of course I have a den where, you know, you could come in and sit down and cool off for a minute, but I don't wanna do this in the heat of the day anyway. And I don't suggest that anybody go out and hoop in the heat of the day. So we're gonna be hooping in the morning in the summer. We're gonna be hooping in the afternoon during the winter in the sun. That's how I've always done it. But a lot of times we start in the studio with the mirrors. Well, you know what? We have a big bay window, we have a door. That's how I tell my clients too. If you wanna look at yourself, which you should do, is your hoop level, can you see? Look at yourself, like either work with your phone camera so you can see yourself hooping, because it's important that you see. But for me to continually think that I have to have a studio, the Hoop Shack, to do this, that's not true. And I am just going with what's going to fit my lifestyle as we kind of tiptoe into retirement. Now that may not happen for a few more years, obviously, but I need to make this pivot and switch over into this whole online space and put all my energy here for you guys. With that hoop course for over 50 women. I cannot wait till that is finished. But that's going to be an ongoing little process here for the next few weeks. So, and I'm working with my inner circle on that, but I have online coaching group. I can do online coaching with FaceTime and Zoom meeting. And the Hoop Shack's really going to be virtual wherever we're at. Seriously. And I won't ever, get rid of that word, the Hoop Shack, because that's the baby that was birthed 10 years ago. But Around Joy is not going anywhere. And in fact, I want to do this. When we are retired, y'all, just look for this day. This is going to be great. When we begin to travel, which we're going to be doing a ton of traveling in the U.S. with our Jeep, and that's just what we like to do. And as I go places, you better believe I'm going to check, hey, y'all want to get together? I want to come see, wherever my clients are in the U.S., that's where, I hope to be able to visit with y'all. And maybe we could get, a class going of some kind, or a meetup or something. But that's what I want to be able to do, is still run my business, help people get started hooping that think they can't because they're too old. Not true. And keep doing it when I'm retired and older. It's going to keep me younger. It's going to keep us younger, y'all. And this is how we're connecting. There's just not a lot of people that want to come and do this as a big class. It's just not. And I'm not, it's not making light of it. It's very valuable, but it's a very, very much a niche, or a niche, however you want to say it, right? So I don't know who else is still watching, but I'm going to run because I think my husband's going to be home any minute, and we're going to go out for a little bit of a date night. So Janice, if you're watching, your beautiful hoop here, your segmented hoop, you can take it down, sister. I love it. And as always, the section that comes out has my label on it, just like, I don't know if you can see right there. But if I can help you, even if you're not local, remember, I make the Snap and Go, which is a bunch of these segments. So go to aroundjoy.com, find out more information. Pretty soon, you're going to be seeing a new offers coming out. I've been working on the website a little bit, but as now that we've decided to sell the Hoop Shack, I'm going to have some work to do. So I'm going to try to make it all work, and I will keep you guys posted as to what's going on with that. Okay. So thanks for watching, Sandy. I hope to see you, hon. You guys have a good Friday evening, and we will talk to you later. Bye. Hey, everybody. I am playing with some kind of filter. I don't know. I'm just doing what Facebook wants us to do, is mess around with all these bells and whistles. But it's that time of night where I know I might catch some people on here, and I apologize. I don't normally come on at night. If that's something that you guys want me to do, I would love to be able to do it maybe once a week, do something really that's got good, informative stuff. So I can really try that. So just let me know. But tonight, what I wanted to talk about was kind of serious. It has to do with this page. This page is my baby. I mean, I feel like I've had this Facebook page for almost 10 years. I can't believe it. It'll be 10 years this month, actually. Because 10 years ago, this month, oh my gosh, I just realized that. It was April of 2009. I had gotten my certification to teach hoop dance. And I started my business name, and I got this Facebook page going. Sure did. Wow, I forgot that. Because I didn't open the actual Hoop Shack until, I guess, like November of 2009. So, but I was teaching through the summer and all that stuff. Anyway, I have made it my mission on this page to always post stuff that is uplifting, and inspirational and motivational. But I do talk about hoop. Obviously, you know that. Somebody's joining. Thank you. This is what I'm talking about. This whole thing about who's coming to my page and how you find it and all that kind of stuff. Because Facebook has changed. They're always giving us new bells and whistles, like this filter and all the things that you can do with video now, and all these kind of, changes. And when Facebook changes, the way that you see things on Facebook changes, okay? On the back end of what's going on behind the scenes at Facebook, they are telling us, and if you don't know this, then listen, because you're going to learn something. Facebook wants this place, this platform, to be very positive, okay? You know, they really don't want to see negativity. They want to see real connections with people. They want our relationship, like me as a business and you as a consumer. They want us to have a relationship just as if I was a friend of yours. And for many, many of you out there, I am your friend, really, in real life. But I have many, many people that I've never met in person that I feel like we're friends because we connected here on this page. And I love that. I think it's amazing that that kind of platform, this Facebook, is here for that. And that's what I'm in for. I've never been on here to strictly just like vomit, like, here's what I'm selling you. I'm not that kind of person, and I won't ever be. So I don't want to ever get that way, and I won't. That's not to say I won't run an ad periodically, or I won't talk about something that I have available, because you know I do that. I do my videos about hooping. I'll put pictures of the hoops I make, um, and I might run an ad occasionally. But here's what I really want you to take away from this video tonight. Whoever is giving me that thumbs, please keep listening, because I really want you to hear this. That little thumb that you just gave me is so important, and I want lots more of that. I want comments, and I want my videos to be shared. Obviously, this is an important one that you might could share, because it's going to tell you guys as consumers, and I'm a consumer when I'm surfing on the Facebook and looking at other business pages, you know. So I'm saying it for myself, but I'm saying it for you too. If you want to see the stuff that you want to see, stuff that lights you up, that brings you joy, that makes you happy, positive, you need to connect with those pages and not just scroll through. But if you see something that makes your thumb stop, you go to that page and you like it and you comment, not with just a little smile face or you know, some one little emoji, but leave a meaningful comment, you know, like a sentence, a short sentence. And then the very best thing you can do with someone's content, I don't care if it's a post, a picture, a video, is share it. Share it to your page. Share it with a friend. Share it on somebody. Send it in a message. Those kind of shares, they add up and they count. They count as meaningful engagement. And in Facebook's eyes, that's what they want to see. Debbie, my cousin, listen. Um, Anything that you guys as consumers can do to show that business or that page that you like what they post, that's what Facebook needs. They don't need to, if you just scroll past stuff, that's not helping that business or that page any. If you never spend $1 with me, if you never buy anything that I ever sell, you never take a training, but you like my content by, you know, hearting or sharing, you give me lots of hearts and you share my content and you comment and you say, I really enjoyed that video, or that made my day. 4 words, but some kind of comment. When Facebook sees that, guess what happens for that page or that business? My stuff, whenever I post tomorrow, or that company, whoever I'm talking overall, because I know you have other pages that you watch and you go to and you want to support them. Maybe you don't want to spend money with them, but you want to show them that you really are grateful that they're here for you to see their stuff. Share, comment, and like. Those things are so important now more than ever, because that is how Facebook is guiding whether we as page owners, businesses, and people that have pages, that's how they're going to guide whether we have a connection with you. We may have a connection because you come to my page every day, but you never say anything. You never comment, you never like it, you never share it, but you make sure you're here every day to catch my stuff because you physically come here and click on my stuff. You make it a point to come by. But Facebook doesn't know that unless you're showing some kind of activity. And the more you do that, the more you'll see of that person and or that page, right? So it works the same way with your friends on your personal. But they want to see, okay, and for a long time it's worked that way, but not so much with the businesses and not so much with the pages. What they're doing is to create real, authentic relationships and make a positive experience for everybody. They're making it so that in the business sector and in the pages,
area, that is how they're going to guide whether that business is viable to go out into the news feed. Does that make sense? So y'all know, okay, I'm not making this up. Y'all know that I'm a positive person and that all my content is usually, really upbeat, funny, or whatever, but I'm real honest. And then I post stuff that's, you know, got a good positive message. Maybe it's inspirational, religious, um, about friendship and family and all those things. But Facebook doesn't know that my followers, okay, they don't really get that we have a connection because really my engagement's not that high. It's good for my page, but it's not going to organically get me seen in the newsfeed anymore. Especially, and I'm noticing a real drop, and that's because Facebook has changed things. So my point in my video tonight, okay, is for you guys to know that I want to be here for you, for the long haul. I'm going to move this out of the way because somebody just texted me. Um, I want to be here. I'm not going anywhere. This page has been here 10 years this month. I can't believe that. And it's going to be here for a long time, like probably forever, as long as Facebook's around, because I enjoy having a place to come and just connect with you. And so if you like connecting with me, and you're one of these people who comes by but you don't say very much, please start sharing. Please start commenting, okay? Give me a heart, give me a thumbs, but also comment. And Denise, I hope you're watching. I hope you're still watching. I know you see my stuff sometime, and I'm not calling anybody out. But you see it and you like it, but you just go past it. That's fine. You guys, more than ever, I need the shares and I need the likes. The comments, did you see that? I have a filter on. That's so funny. But I just had to play with some of the Facebook stuff because I think they really like it when we do that too. And I'm trying to follow all the rules and I'm trying to be a good Facebook citizen is all I'm trying to do. But I really, really, more than ever, need to be seen in the Facebook feed for my stuff to get out there and for me to organically grow. Because let's face it, I'm not going to spend, you know, gazillions of dollars in ads to run my business. I can't afford it. And the best organic growth is going to come from true people, you guys that are my friends. And I say that with 100% love because I know some of you I've known all my life. Some of you I've known just meeting you here on Facebook, and that's great. I love that. But the majority of my business now is truly people that come to me via Facebook or, because of my website, a Google search or whatever. Um, and really, I don't do that much in person anymore. I don't mind that at all. I love connecting online. I'm going to have a course coming up soon online for women over 50. And I've got my inner circle group and I've got, just a lot of ways to handle teaching here on the Facebook and here or on my website. I'm going to have a platform for learning and I mean, it's just all my videos are there and I need to keep growing here and I want to. And I need the help from as many people as I can that when you see one of my posts, when you see one of my videos, if you see a little colorful meme or whatever, and you really like it, this happens and I love it. Those get shared. But if nobody's doing it, tomorrow when I post another one, nobody will see it. It won't show up in the newsfeed. It will have zero engagement because we can see that. It's like Facebook doesn't even do anything with it. So I have no control over that. What I can control is my feelings and getting them across to you. And my feelings are, I really want you guys to engage with me because I will engage back. It's just what I love. There's going to be some changes coming up with me personally. We are all in a new. I talked about this with my best friend today at lunch, but we're in a different season. Like I said, I've had this page 10 years. It was a different season 10 years ago. I had no idea that I would keep this page without. I had no idea that I'd still be doing this business 10 years later. But the time of me being in person all the time and people coming to my class and coming to take personal training from me, those days are numbered. Okay, this kind of connection with FaceTime and Skype and Zoom meeting and Facebook here, this is where we are, everybody. So meaningful, valid, real connections with people happening like this. We all got these phones in our pockets. We all have these laptops sitting here in our living rooms. This is where it's going, and this is where I'm going. So just know I want to connect with you more here. So please, share. You can share this video to anybody that doesn't know how Facebook works. If you are not liking and commenting and sharing on things, you aren't seeing what you're not going to see more of what you like, because Facebook kind of reads what we're doing. So if you want to see what I'm up to every day without much trouble, just give me a heart and a thumbs and a comment, and you'll see more of me. And I only plan to post 2 to 3 times a day, because that's all Mama's got the bandwidth for. I'm not one of these that posts 8 or 10 or 12 things a day. I don't have time for that. And yeah, so thanks for listening. I don't know who the same person was that listened all this time, but I love you. Thanks so much. And I look forward to growing more and connecting with a lot more people here. I promise I will. All right, you guys, have a good evening, and thanks for listening. Bye. Hey, everybody. I know, it's crazy. I don't do these videos quite as often as I used to. Have you noticed? I know. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Why? I think it's because I've done so many videos, I'm kind of burned out. Not that I don't love you guys. But I am making this one today. Do you have any reason, or do you have any idea what the reason? Oh, hey, Morgan. God, I haven't seen you in a while. So listen, I'm making this video kind of to promise myself something. I know. What do you see? I'm in the onesie again, right? I thought it was way past onesie time. But let me tell you, the struggle to stop wearing this is so ridiculous. But this struggle is real. Like, this thing is so cozy, warm and cozy. Look at me with my pillow. Hold on, let me go put this down. I was picking up, I just had a session. Hold on a minute. We were sitting on the floor. But the struggle to stop wearing the onesie, can we just talk? Has anybody ever struggled with the coziness of their attire? Like your comfy pants, you just don't want to go anywhere. You just don't want to go out of the house. I.e., I've gone out of the house in this thing, right? I'm over that part. But it's just the switch from winter to spring right now. I literally had this kind of tucked away, like I wasn't going to put it back on because we've been getting like up to 60 and 70 degrees, and it was all good. And I'm like, okay, getting warmer, that helped. I can put the onesie away. And not that I just love it. Not that I really wanted to put the onesie away, but I was proud of myself because 3 weeks ago, I was struggling. Like it was hard to wear real clothes, like put anything on that had a waist to it and a separate shirt and not put this on top of it. I was like, oh my God, I'm addicted to my onesie. What? And so it got cold. If you live in Texas and anywhere around here, okay, it got cold overnight and it's gonna get cold again tonight. I went to sleep. I did not have my onesie out, but I'm in my bed shivering like I need to put on my onesie. Yeah, I dug it out, put it on. But here's why I'm in this video. Today, this should be the last video you see of me in a onesie. No, I'm not gonna say it that way. This will be the last time you see me in a onesie until it gets cold again, like in the fall, okay? I'm gonna make that promise. I'm doing it more for me than you. I gotta do that. So just saying. But I do have a surprise. Look under this. Is this not hilarious? Yo, it's gonna be backwards. Sorry. I'd rather be hooping. I know. At least I dressed the part, right? Get the yellow on but it's a long sleeve shirt too. I've got the long sleeves on under I know. I'm cold, y'all. Ridiculous. Okay, so what else? Here's what else I want to talk about. And this is getting into
What's coming up, okay, on my website? April's gonna be coming tomorrow, and I've talked loosely about this, but I want you guys to understand something. You can get some free jewelry, okay, if you purchase a hoop or join my inner circle in the month. Well, it'll be a specific time this month in April, so stay tuned for that. Here's an example of the kind of jewelry. These are hoop earrings with a little cross. I have a couple of different styles of in gold tone, silver tone of hoop earrings like this. I have some hoops without crosses. I have some inspirational necklaces. If you've ever seen the bar necklaces that say choose joy and be brave and actually I can. I love that statement. But I have some little bracelet, cuff bracelets. They actually do clip, like they're not cuffs, they're actually a bangle, I guess, but they're small, okay? But between the earrings, necklaces, and the bracelet, you can, if you join Inner Circle or purchase a hoop, you can get a coupon code. I'll be emailing you a coupon code for a free piece of jewelry, okay? And you can go in there and select from what I have on my website. They will be in place soon, like this week, and I'll be making an announcement. So I wanted you guys to know that. And Inner Circle, I am opening it back up. I have some ladies that want to get in the Inner Circle. Yes, I have a group here on Facebook, okay? Every now and then I have somebody request to join the group. It is a closed group and it is only for clients. So you do have to be a client of mine at this time, at this juncture, to join. And sometimes I let people in that have purchased a hoop, but it's not like open. But in this month, at some point in April, there will be a window where it will be open. And so I look forward to any of you that are interested to please join that Inner Circle. A couple of the questions I want to just cover is, do you have to have a hoop to be in the Inner Circle? The answer is no, you don't. Because in the Inner Circle, there's just a lot of information going on in there about how to get started, and even just starting from ground zero, learning more before you get your hoop. The advantage to that is if you join Inner Circle, one of the perks of Inner Circle is you get a $10 discount off a new hoop. So it might be something that you go ahead and get in the Inner Circle and then join and then kind of look at your options of hoops and decide what's best for you. Obviously, if you do not live here locally, and I live in Arlington, Texas, it's a great idea to consider obviously a hoop that I can ship to you, which is going to be one of the Snap and Goes, which is going to give you the right size always. So, and again, $10 off if you're an Inner Circle member. So Inner Circle is going to be a subscription. It wasn't really in the past, and I'm changing that because it is a group worthy of subscribing to and making that decision for yourself. If after you've been in it for a year, if you want to continue, and I hope you do, you'll get to renew your subscription at the rate that you purchase at. So I'll be going over the pricing later this week. And then the doors will open, and I'm looking forward to some new people in there, some new ladies. What we're doing in the Inner Circle in the month of April, this is the last thing I want to talk about, is we're going to dive deep into developing my hoop course for women over 50. And it's a very, very special one to my heart because that is my sweet spot. I love it. I love working with women that are my age and older, which I do. That's my jam. That's my jam. I love encouraging and mentoring those that want to start hooping, but they're just confused. They just don't know what to do. They've tried it. Maybe they have a hoop, it's not working. I get that a lot. And I think with my 11, almost 12 years now of experience doing this, I just see longevity in this. I see longevity and vitality, and I think every woman that wants to do something should be able to do it. And there are no barriers to this. There is something you can do with a hoop, no matter what your age, what your size. It may not be this small, This is definitely something I would be spinning off my body, but that's an okay thing to do, okay? And so, knowing that you have a hoop that's small enough to do something like this, but I make one that you can make bigger and then practice your on body work, and then guiding you through that process in a course is something that I'm super passionate about. And so the course itself will have a way to stay right on track. You'll check your progress. It will be housed on my uncluttered, no advertisement website. And I'm just so real proud to do it. But the best thing that I can do right now is develop that course based on the information from my group members who are in the pocket. Many, many, many of them are in the closing in on 50. And many are above 50 in my age because I'm 59. But to work with people, work with a mentor like me when they're right there with you and develop a course that we can set on a path. It would work in conjunction also. This course is going to work in conjunction with the videos that you already get when you purchase a hoop or you join the Inner Circle. I have a full library that comes with the Inner Circle. But you get a starter pack of videos if you purchase a hoop too. So even if you just purchase a hoop and you don't join the Inner Circle, you still get training from me. I just hope that you'll like it enough to go further, and then you make that decision that maybe you want to join the Inner Circle. Every so often, I'll open up the Inner Circle just privately to the people that have bought hoops in the last month or so, and then they can join in, okay? Really want to build that group, really want to get a lot of opinion in there as to the course. The only people that are going to be able to take the course initially, because it will be, I'm going to test it out, are going to be people that are in my Inner Circle that want to go down that path and start from ground zero and get to, from zero to hero with your hoop. Very confident hooping at being over 50. That is something that women over 50 are not confident in their hooping. We're not. I was 47 when I started. I was not confident. You don't walk in the door confident. So that's what I want to encourage and develop in women in the pocket. They don't have to be 50 to take the course. Let me clarify that. That's the last thing. If you are in your 40s, can you take a course for over 50? You bet, because guess what, sister? You're going to be there in short order. So time flies, and it's fun. Just a lot of wisdom in the group, a lot of wisdom from women that are in their 50s. I love it. I've done, I believe, 2 member interviews, and so those are housed in your library. Those interviews with my clients, these are some women that have been hooping with me for a long time. But I'm going to start interviewing members, doing like a member spotlight. It'll be really cool. But we can all learn from each other that way, y'all. It's awesome. So the Inner Circle includes a lot of perks and benefits in the videos on my website, but also the private Facebook group. That's the component that has a lot of oomph, it has a lot of videos in there too. I do a lot of live videos for my members. So the training is continued in the Facebook videos. Videos for the vault, I will probably be updating, adding some content in there that occasionally that's just going to be part of the Inner Circle. You get ongoing extra new stuff added to that library. Same thing could be said for the starter training. Could be said that, if I ever update those. But the videos that I teach you with, the very basic fundamental moves, those things are evergreen. They are my best work. I probably made those videos going on probably about 4 to 5 years ago. But I don't teach any differently. But my course is going to have added content as well. I got videos where I talk you through the path that you're going to need to take, and also just some mindset stuff. Because at 50, got a lot going on up here. But it's what's here that matters, right? Right here. And so many women, okay, and I'm probably talking to you. You know what makes you feel younger. You know what you did as a girl. You know you want to do the fun thing, but up here it's stopping you. And that's what we try to get past in the Inner Circle. And I talk real and I talk honest. And I think my ladies love that. I have a couple of good, reviews that I'm going to put, comments that members have made that are super, super valuable information for anybody to read. If you just wonder, what's it like working with me? I got to dig out those testimonials, because sometimes I just get an email or I see a comment on Facebook and I'm just like blown away. And so I say, like, screenshot it or something, but I'm going to have to get those and put them on the website so you can read more. If you have any questions about Inner Circle or ordering a hoop, okay, please feel free to ask me anything you want right here on this comment thread. And you can also send me an email to Geri@aroundjoy.com. That's GERI@aroundjoy.com. Look, you guys, last time you're going to see this onesie for a while. I promise. I'm promising you, but I'm promising myself, okay? Take care and have a good one, and I hope I can help you. This week, stay tuned for more information about Inner Circle and about buying a hoop this month. Free jewelry. Bye. Well, good evening. I'm just going to sit here and be completely transparent and honest with you. I was not planning to go live right now, but I am over here at the Hoop Shack. I was doing a couple of things. I had an errand to run, and once I get home, no lie, I'm got to get back to work doing some things. I'm not going to have time to get on here, and I said, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to talk to you guys. So how you guys doing? I'm Geri with Around Joy, and I, honest to God, don't even think this is going to get seen, okay? That's one of the things I want to talk to you guys about tonight. But before I get to that, here's what I want you to know. First of all, am I looking absolutely gorgeous? Yeah, I've been outside, you guys, all day, nearly. And let me tell you why. And thus, once you hear what I've been doing, you will know why I'm sitting here doing this. I have been out picking weeds. Hold on. And I still have a cough. Just saying. Stuff in the air. And yes, I'm taking medicine and all that. Anyway, I've been outside nearly all day picking weeds. Anybody else going through this right now? It's beautiful outside. I want to get stuff done in my yard, in my garden. And I've taken care of the garden last week. Hello to who is ever joining. Please let me know where you're joining from. I would love to know. Anyway, I have been doing all the things, bending over. I have a weed popper. My hands from holding the weed popper. Look, I'm being completely honest. My hands are sore, okay? Now my back's not sore because I know proper body mechanics and I keep my back in pretty decent shape, although it can happen, 59. But I will say a little bit, I can feel it in my glutes from all the bending over. I use my legs. My legs were a little sore, they're not today. But point is, I get with this hoop, okay, y'all, and notice, I could be doing a lot of waist hooping only, if that's all I knew how to do. But here's what I love, is that my hands right now need a lot of TLC. And one of the best things that you can do with a hoop that's the right, weight, not one of these 3-pound, 5-pound, whatever, but one of these kind of hoops that I make, you can manipulate that hoop in your hands. You could even go a little bit lighter, but that's what I'm over here doing. The reason being is, if I just let these puppies just sit like the rest of the evening and I just sit there, I'm telling you guys, a little ibuprofen is really what I need to go take. But this is therapeutic for your hands. So I don't want you to forget that. I don't even talk about it enough. But when I say that the hoop is head to toe, honey, it's so true. Because, if you look at your feet, you're up on your feet, using your feet, that's a good thing. But the very tips of my fingers, I can actually get a benefit from using a hoop. And this is not, for the weary. Doing what I'm doing here may look effortless. Well, of course, I've had years of practice of doing this, but the way that I teach this is to take it in baby steps. And you're not going to learn the vertical first. You're going to learn up here, okay? That's part of what I teach you in those videos that you get with a hoop. But what I'm doing, if you can see how I'm pushing it, right? And I go over all this in the videos when I teach you. But doing this with your hoop is therapeutic. And I'm telling you, I wasn't even on the video. Thank you for who's ever watching. Please, I hope you can see me. I don't know what Facebook's up to lately. In fact, I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. But I want to bring home the fact, the reason why I'm here in my studio right now is because I was doing some errands and brought some other stuff over here. And I just had to, take a minute. Sometimes I just need a minute, pick up my hoop, and it just felt so good to use my hands and my fingers, okay? Because they are, I'm gonna be feeling it tomorrow, I'm sure. But I've been doing this whole weed popping thing. If you do my Instagram stories, or if you follow even my stories here on Facebook, you've seen that I've been doing that work on the weeds, just pulling those weeds. Sometimes I'm using my fingers themselves. I'm not using the weed popper. Or maybe I am, but then I bend over and I pull it a little bit more. But using hands, like what we're doing, okay? When you get to be in your 50s and 60s, can I get an amen? This is major, especially if you're prone to arthritis and all that good stuff. So that's where the hoop comes in. It's very therapeutic, okay? And that's what I wanted to just get that message to you. So just keep yourself, in the pocket of, if you are thinking, I want a hula hoop, and all you think of is this, there's so much more to it. This is my go-to. Anything where I can manipulate it with my hands, it just works these joints so well, okay? And that is my truth, and I will always stick by that. That's why when you hoop at our age, you have to look at the benefit of the hoop overall and not just putting it on your waist and spinning it, okay? And that's the kind of stuff that we're gonna go over in that course that I'm creating, okay? And I'm gonna start talking a little bit more about that because I'm gonna be opening up my inner circle. And that is the thing that I want you to remember, so keep informed. And this is the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Now we're gonna get into that. So listen up. I feel naked right now. Do you ever not have your wedding ring on and it just feels like you're just missing an arm or leg? That's how I feel right now. But I had to take my wedding ring off. My hands were so swollen. I had a little lotion to pull it off. And I left it at the house because I was cleaning my hands. I should never have worn my wedding ring out in the garden like I did today, or out in the yard. But anyway, so sorry, I just made a notation of that. But what I want to talk to you about now is Facebook, okay, and what's going on. And I just want you to be aware, and this won't be the only time I mention this, but if you're not seeing my stuff in your news feed, there's a reason for that, okay? Because Facebook's looking at us, okay, the way that we interact here on Facebook. They want meaningful connections, okay? That's what Mark Zuckerberg wants. That's the newest thing on Facebook, is they want to have positive, meaningful connections on not just the personal profiles, because you already kind of get that in your newsfeed from your friends, right? But when you're interacting with a business page like this one, he wants strong, meaningful connections. And how do you do that? Well, any of my Facebook follower, fans, whatever you want to call them here on this page, if you're one of these that just sees my videos and doesn't even like it, but you want to stay on this page, you like what I do, but you never comment, you never share, you never do anything with it. You just watch it and you're on, or you look at something and you go, oh, that's cute, but you don't like, comment, or share on it. They are considering that you're not engaging with that page. And if I don't have a lot of that going on, then they're not going to show my stuff in the feed as much. It doesn't matter how many people you have on your page, how many followers or fans. So it's not something that I can just put out there and hope, or like, I can't just put something out here and then you may not see it because I'm not getting enough likes, comments, and shares, so they're not showing my stuff. So it's like this vicious circle. So what you need to do, okay, to help this page, but also see more of my good content, is you need to make sure that you interact with whatever I post. So what does that look like? A like, comment, or share. Quick. It doesn't have to be long. But a meaningful comment, that's the thing, is like a lot of people just, maybe they'll comment with a smiley face or emoji. That's fine. But it's not as meaningful as a comment that is thought through and it's got several words in it. It's crazy, but that's the kind of thing that even if you said, I want to see, like you get notifications, if you're not engaging, you may not see it as much. So just keep that in mind. And you're gonna want to be here for when I start, giving more stuff information-wise away, okay? Because that's what I'm planning to do. and I don't know how else to to put it, but I want to interact here. I want to engage. This is my place. I don't necessarily have a group that you can come and get this information. It's all here on my page. Like, I have so much information that's real beneficial about hooping here, and I want you to see it. That's why I do it. Little tidbits like this. You would never ever look at a hoop and think, oh my gosh, that's good for arthritis. But I can already tell you, within the last few minutes of me talking to you, my hands feel so much better. Why? Because I've been moving them, okay? And if you take that to another level and just say, what about your whole body, the way it's in pain and it hurts? But if you start moving it more, you feel better, right? That's what I'm talking about. I've got to keep moving, and then I micro niche it down to the joints on my body, like my hips. If I move those more, they feel better, right? That's what I'm telling you. If you just take your joints on your body, your shoulders, you know what I mean? Your elbows, the fingers, the ankles. If you start thinking of each joint, your hip joints, and you start moving this hoop around the body, which is what, oh my goodness, now that feels good across my back. A little bit of a massage. I'm just, every time I do this, I go and I work, like a weekend warrior type thing, or I get so worked up outside, I can't stop, right? I mean, you power through and you want to get your chores done, but the older I get, the more I pay for that. And I am telling you, and this is the honest to God truth, I am so, so, so grateful that I have this as my go-to to help me work through the stiffness, work through the pain. Because like I said, completely transparent, I'm in pain. I get it all the time. This is like my little secret weapon, okay? And like I said earlier, if you just want to interact more with me, do it here. But just make sure to do it, because the more interaction I get on these posts, the better for you guys. I'm seeing a little bit more, and that's what I need to happen, okay? It just makes it really hard to get seen on Facebook with all the chatter, all the clutter, right? And so they're trying to weed out the businesses, which I know you're gonna know what I'm talking about. There's businesses out there that don't have a human connection with their audience, and that's what small business like me, I want to have that connection with my people. I'm as authentic as I can be. This is who you see here is who you get. But there are some companies they don't want fake companies. They don't want companies that represent something, but there's not a real face behind the business. So that they're being completely open and honest on Facebook, which is some huge, right? And all the privacy stuff, and the fact that they want real legit businesses and people to be connecting. And this is just that whole way Facebook's going. More positive human connections. And I love that personally. I absolutely love it. So that's what I do here on this page. And so if you connect with me, I need to know. And that you need to show it on this page. Because even if you just love what I do, but you never comment, you never like, you never share, that's hurting my page. And that to me is so unfortunate, because it's not anything you're doing. You're not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong, but it's the way Facebook wants us to interact. Because I personally don't mind. I know that you're watching. I know people are watching my stuff. I can see the stats that, okay, so many people have seen it, but I don't get nearly that much feedback on it. But that's okay. I like coming here. But now they're saying, well, you can get a lot. You can see your videos are getting seen. Your content's getting seen. You can see how many people have reacted to whatever or haven't reacted, but you can see that it's been presented to people. But if they don't see the activity on it, then they're not giving you credit. And it's just the way it is. So anyway, I know this video, it used to be, I'd have people on here by now. That's the way I also know things have changed dramatically. Hardly any people are jumping on. Why? Because this is not getting seen right now for people to come on. And that is unfortunate, but it's great practice for me and I won't stop doing it. So anyway, if I can be of any help to you, if you are reaching the age of around 50 and you just want to move in a fun way, let me know. I would love to help you. And I'm going to have more tools to help you with that, especially movement with a hoop. And as I always say, you don't have to move with your hoop to get started doing what I do. I make that completely clear. in those videos. Sometimes your best work to learn how to do things with the hoop is to take the hoop completely off and just move your body in the way that you're supposed to be moving without a hoop. And we're going to talk a lot more about that. So take care, guys. Night night. Good evening, everybody. I hope that this feed stays going. I think I'm connected by Wi-Fi, so if this thing goes a little sideways, I may have to start over again, but I hope not. I'm Jerry from Around Joy, and I'm out here in my backyard doing my evening hooping. So as you pop on, let me know where you're from and that you're watching maybe what brought you here to my page tonight. I'm going to put this down, by the way, because I wanted to get my hoop a little smaller, and that's what this hoop does. So tonight, my topic is how do you know, all right, if hooping is right for you? A lot of people see it and they just kind of question it. I wonder if that's something for me. And you get that little question mark. Well, there's some tried and true ways to know, because I've been doing this for going on, almost 12 years, and I can certainly look back on my clients and know, and even my own personal experience of how when I discovered it kind of repeats itself, what I see in my clients and what happened for me. The very first thing, okay, the very first thing that you know hooping's for you is if when you see it, okay, like you're seeing me doing it, you see some video online and you see the hoop spinning, you see it either in person or online, and you look at it and it makes you smile and you get excited, that is a sign. It's for you. It is for you. And I can say that with 100% guarantee. Everybody that has ever gotten involved, and that's how you get involved a lot in it, is you see it for the first time somewhere, whether it's in person or online, and it excites you, and you start looking it up. You start, Googling and doing all the things on the YouTube, and you do all the things. You are starting to invest thought process, and it starts to get in your head and in your heart, and it's exciting. It's for you. I can 100% say that, because anybody that's ever come to me, which many, many people have, by finding it just randomly, and they come or they get a hoop or they, call me or contact me, they end up getting involved because it's so just like in their heart. It's just something they know, and it feels just very authentic. It feels fun, it looks fun, and they know they want to do it. That's a sign. It's for you. So if when you see me, if you've been following my videos, which I hear this a lot, for a while, and I really want to do that, it's time, okay? There's your sign. You really want to do it, but for some reason you have that hesitation. I'm here to tell you, that's your sign. It's for you. Don't worry, You'll figure it out as you go along. Don't be scared of that. All right, the second way you know it's for you. You have been told by your doctor, okay? All right, you need low impact or no impact work, physical work to do. Like, you need to stay moving. The doctor's told you and you know it, but it cannot be high impact. You can't damage your knees anymore. You can't damage your feet anymore. Just the impact on the body is something you need to stay away from. Hooping's for you. That's so many people come to me for that reason. And it's been gentle on my joints all these years. It's just a sign, again, that you need to look for something low impact. Hooping is your friend. Now, the way that I teach it and the kind of hoops that I make for you, that's what you need, okay? So that's another way to know if hooping's for you, all right? I'm reading some notes, so I didn't want to forget anything. You want something that won't feel like exercise at all. Like, you just don't even want to be reminded of that exercise word. You don't want to feel like you're working out or doing any kind of physical labor. That the hooping's for you, okay? Because I don't feel like I'm doing anything related to a drudgery, which exercise has a negative connotation. It doesn't feel that way when you're with your hoop, all right? When you're with your hoop, you just feel good. You feel like you're challenging yourself, you're playing, you're seeing what else you can do with it. You're giving yourself a little bit of a goal to work on. And maybe it takes you a few days, could take you even longer to get whatever it is you're working on. But the whole time, your body is in motion and you are getting physical exercise, but you're not reminded that you're exercising. So if you want something that does not feel like exercise at all, hooping is for you. If you never, ever, never, ever get excited to go in the car and go to the gym, if you are not a gym rat, hooping is for you, okay? If you like big fitness classes, then that's not what this is, right? But if you don't like big fitness classes, if you don't like the whole gym experience, fitness center experience, this is something you might want to try. Hooping could be for you in that case. I'm going to flip my notes over. If you are in pain, okay, that's another way. If you're in pain, then hooping is for you. Because hooping, as you well know if you watch my videos, you can be so relieved of pain because of all the things that we do with this hoop that allow our joints and our limbs and our whole body get all supple and juiced up, all right? If that sounds appealing to you, then hooping is for you. If you do not want to be in pain, but you don't like the word exercise, hooping is for you. You get it? Okay? So getting rid of pain is one of the main reasons I still keep doing this, all right? It is just my go-to. And the other part to this is getting on the floor to do stretches, laying down. If you don't like to get on your knees and get down on the ground and then you don't like having to get up, if you want a way to be able to stretch but not lay on the floor, i.e. you love the idea of yoga, but some of the stuff that yoga involves for you, you don't really want to get on the ground, then hooping is for you. Because all the things that we do with the hoop, okay, allow me to still move with my hoop, okay? I never have to lay down, but I get the same benefits as yoga, okay? Opening up the body, being aware of the body, kind of the mind-body connection. It all comes with hooping. It's another form and facet of our hoop practice, but that is another thing. If you want that kind of experience, then hooping is for you. Here's a big one. If you're an artistic person, you love art and you love music, but you really like art, the arts, and you like to create, hooping's for you. What am I doing right now? I'm creating patterns, creating visual art. If you look at it, it's really apparent and you can see it if I had, let's say, a lighted hoop, right? You could see the art, but this is actually creating an artistic picture right now in this frame. And you feel it when you're doing it. If you're an artsy person, it's fun to create things. And you're creating something in motion. This thing has no power without your movement. You give it the energy, but again, it's a piece of artwork really, depending on how you look at your hoop, but you are moving and creating, okay? So that, if you're a creative, artistic person, hooping's for you. You may not feel it or realize it, but it really is. I'd say 98% of the people that I teach have an artsy side to them. Art teachers, artists of all kinds. It's just, we are drawn. When you're creative, you're drawn to things that allow you to use your mind and create. And that's truly what this is in its very, very essence. So one thing I want you to be aware of, I gave you those reasons, okay? So if you're just joining, go back and listen from the beginning. I'm just speaking to how do you know if hooping is right for you. Some little observations that I could put in my mind about the majority of clients and even myself. How did I know this was right for me? Like I said the very first, it was just in my brain and in my heart. The minute I saw it, I said, that looks fun. I want to do it. And I just couldn't shake the idea. And when something pops in your head and your heart like that, you got to run with it. So that's how you know. You just know. Whereas like if you see a treadmill, does that make you go, oh, I want to do that? I don't think so. So that's kind of a little bit of a litmus test. If you get that, I want to do it. If you get that feeling, go for it. I don't care what it is, but I'm just saying with hooping, that's the majority of what happens usually. So that's why I put that one first. But I want you to notice something. Notice I didn't say, you know that hooping is right for you, okay, if you have been able to do this in the past. You were a kid and you used to hula hoop, right? I didn't say that, didn't I? Did I? Sorry, there's a bug. No, because you don't have to have had experience doing this as a child to enjoy it now in your 40s or 50s or 60s, right? That's not true. So you don't have to have had any experience at all to pick up a hoop, okay? I didn't start till I was 47. I just knew it was right for me because I just kept seeing it and wanted to do it. It just made my heart sing every time I saw it, you know? The other thing is you don't have to be in shape to do this. So I'm not saying, you know this is right for you if you can come in here fit and can push this hoop, then it's right for you. No, that's not true either. You don't have to be able to do this. You don't have to be able to do this at all to use a hoop. As you've been seeing in this video, I'm doing all kinds of things with my hoop right now. And all of this counts as hoop time, okay? And you're getting amazing work on the body. So you don't have to have experience. You don't have to be in shape to do it. One thing that is wonderful about the hoop, and I can say, hey, the hoop's for you if you got, you know, a heart beating and the will to do something. That's pretty much the truth, because as you've seen in other videos, you can enjoy your hoop sitting in a chair. So if you have bad knees and feet, but you still want to be able to sit and do this, which is amazing cardio, right? You can get some great work. You can do this to music, put on your favorite music. You can be sitting getting some wonderful work up here, okay? So I'm just saying that to show you and illustrate that you don't have to be in the best shape or be able to stand even to enjoy the benefits of hooping. You still get to stretch with it and everything. The one thing I hope you'll take away from this video tonight is that the hoop meets you where you're at, okay? So that is a big thing I say a lot when I'm getting interviewed and things like that, but it's the truth. So if you go back to the beginning and I broke it down a little bit, how to know if the hoop is right for you, if hooping is right for you, there's a good chance it is. You just need to open yourself up to it. And like I always say, okay, the acronym HOPE JOY, all right, HOPE JOY, and that stands for Hooping Offers Possibilities Every Day. Just open yourself. That's right. So you just got to open yourself to the idea, and there you go. There's unlimited possibilities for, yes, body work, strength building, cardio, toning, stretching, a clear mind, stress reliever, all those things. So if any of that resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. Put a comment down below. Share this video on your page so that you can watch it. Maybe a friend will see it too. But the weather has been glorious, and it's this time of year that if you're wanting to get involved with a hoop, this is the time, so that you can be ready for summer, the rest of the spring and summer, pulling out your hoop. As you know, I do make these hoops, okay? And this one right now, I'm hooping with it on my waist. I could make it bigger by putting in a segment. I took it out at the beginning of this video. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I hope this, wait a minute, we got a motorcycle coming by. There we go. I hope this resonated with somebody out there. I think possibly someone out there might just benefit from hearing these words tonight so that you can get into the hoop and really do some changes in your day-to-day. It's every day is a new day with this, y'all, because there's always something new and different to do with it. You can mix it up every day, and like I said earlier, if going to the gym or doing the same old is just not singing to you, it might be time to mix it up. All right, take care, guys. We'll talk again later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey, good evening, everybody. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been on here, right? I just thought I'd give you a little update on what's been up. Most importantly, I'm sorry for interrupting your This Is Us time. But you know what I've learned? I have learned that I just kind of don't watch it that heavy on Tuesday nights. Hey, Alicia. I don't, because I watch it on Hulu later. I'm an episode behind, but getting rid of all the pay kind of network TV or the direct TV and stuff. I just kind of watch whatever I want to watch when I want to watch it, and I don't worry about it. I just don't want to get too far behind. So shh, no spoilers, don't tell me anything. But I apologize. But I had a little bit of time tonight to come on. But I'm not going to lie. I have not missed being on here. Life goes on. I'm glad I'm on here too, Alicia. I can barely see. I am refreshing my feed so I can see on my laptop what y'all are saying. But I've got a little bit of some news, so y'all stay tuned. Hopefully some more people will tune in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like here, and I'm going to turn this down. But we're getting a lot of stuff done. Yeah, and it's a divine appointment. Of course it is, Alicia. It always is. Darling, it always is. But no, what's going on is my husband's been on staycation. I love it when he's on staycation. And I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. We get that little bit of taste of what it's going to be like when he retires and when I retire. And we just kind of get to do little stuff around the house. We've got, you get like all these things you want to do and projects. And that's where we're at right now. There's so much we want to get done. And he's only got this week off. And I'm just like, babe, we just got to have the little list. And we're looking forward to retirement when we can just do the things. We want to Marie Kondo the garage really bad. And we just went out there and laughed. I mean, it's just, anyway, he's home. And so I haven't been on here very much. And it's nice to be plugged into real life and not plugged into social media. Can I get an amen? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? And I love you guys. I mean, I love coming on here. I love meeting my clients here. I love meeting my new friends here. But it's just an animal, you know what I mean, to kind of keep up with it all. And you feel like if you ever check your phone and you see how much time you're spending on the Facebook or the Instagram or whatever else you like, it's daunting, and it makes you feel really bad. It's like, I'm so tied to this phone. And to make matters even better, listen to this. We did some research, and we got rid of AT&T, and we got T-Mobile. Hopefully we'll like it, but we're saving a lot of money. That's something all these things take time, and you just can't do it all. So you guys, I understand that sometimes y'all don't see my stuff. Y'all aren't on here. And you know what? After taking this little bit of a break, these long periods and breaks I'm taking on the Facebook, I get it. I'm not offended. I like real life, y'all. It's like, oh my God, I love this. And y'all know that. I never tire of coming on here and doing a hoop video or talking to you guys. But I can't tell you how much it's freeing to not have to think about the Facebook, especially when you have a business, because we're all inundated. If you own a business, Julie Taylor, sister, listen, you know what I'm talking about. You take the training and you do the stuff so that you know what to do with your Facebook page. And then I'm just like, I don't want to do the social media. I just want to spend time with my husband. So anyway, he in his infinite wisdom, wants to do some fun things, that guys like to go do, like go see movies that really we're not interested in. Do you know what movies I'm talking about? Anything with guns. And I mean, I can do some of them, but he showed me this preview of some movie, and it looked like something that my son and he would like, but I'm not really into it. It was like some premiere of some, I can't even think of the name of it, but he just big tub of popcorn and the soda, and just go have fun and watch it and do your guy thing. So that's where he's at tonight, and he'll be back here in a little bit. But I thought I'm going to get on here while he's not in the house, and I don't have to worry about him, because he's been listening to movies. He's been working on his computer doing things. We've still got to, what else? Oh, we're getting new internet. We're getting rid of AT&T on that too. Bam. I mean, we have some slow internet, so we're going up to the fastest I think that we can get down here, which ain't much. They don't have the right speed for us. I mean, my son, where he lives about 45 minutes away from us, he's got like some, a gazillion megabytes or whatever. It's crazy. He's got such fast internet, and we don't have it. What are y'all saying? Because I'm going to be looking on here. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I'm so glad I could make you smile. Well, okay, I got some news. Y'all want to hear some good news? And yes, Julie, I know, busy with the business, always busy. And I've been busy with the business too. But I got to be busy with the business online, okay? Like online doing my website, and online doing the things that don't involve Facebook. Do you know what I mean? On the back side, on the flip side. And that kind of work I enjoy, but I just can't do it all, like, at the same time. So taking this time to step away from social media and get some things done. Oh my God. Hey, Julie and Alicia, say hi to each other. That is correct, because y'all are in the inner circle together, aren't you? Speaking of the inner circle, yes, I'm working on the course. I'm going to have some questions for you ladies, okay? In tomorrow, and probably tomorrow on Thursday. I'm going to throw some questions at you, and I want some real answers. So that's what I'm going to be doing with the group, plus pop another video or two in there. And but let me explain what's exciting, this news. I just sent out an email, so Julie and Alicia, check your email. And this is a general email to all my list, making an announcement because it is Valentine's Day, and I want to give more of you a chance to get one of these. This is only a piece of one of the hoops, but it's the one that comes apart, and everybody wants to see how this works. So this is the very hoop that's in the latest video that I posted. I have a blog up that I did the little interview on Biz TV. I think, Alicia, you saw that. But this particular hoop and other particular hoops that I sell, they're all going to be available. Are y'all listening? Listen up. They're all going to be available with the ability to have a layaway payment plan. It's a new membership, okay? So I want y'all to listen up. If you already are a member, okay, when the snow melts, you can try to get your hoop out. I totally get you, Julie. Oh my God, really? But listen to what I'm going to say, Julie. And you can kind of testify to this, because you've already been, I hope you've already looked at some of the videos on my website as part of your hoop training and your membership. What I'm doing with the layaway, okay, so for anybody that is interested in getting a hoop and doesn't want to make the full payment up front, if you become a layaway member, you make 2 payments. I don't necessarily need you to make them exactly 30 days apart, but it's a 2-month period, 60 days. And you make 2 payments. You actually automatically, okay, you automatically will get 50% off the hoop. So let's say a hoop is $70. You're gonna pay $35 plus tax. You got that? And you'll be paid up half, okay? And then when you're ready to make that second payment, you go in there, and it'll still show up as 50% off, and you can make that payment. You can buy 2 hoops that way too if you'd like, but you're not going to have me start making it completely until I get both payments on the system that I know you've made them. And at that point, you will not have the ability to purchase the hoop anymore at that level, okay?
and you would be automatically upgraded to the full training, okay, that you get, which is starter pack with your hoop. And pretty much that membership goes away and you are just now a hoop owner. And then you get the hoop once I'm finished making it, which would probably only take, a couple of days, and then I would get it shipped off. So basically, I'm just giving you a way to become a member and see some training for a couple of months. And let's say you cancel, because I know that's a reality for some people. It just doesn't in the card. Something happens and they can't make their second payment. You have the option to update it and do it for another couple of months. But I'm not going to allow you to keep doing it just one time and make that second payment. Or you can just take a $20 fee, get the rest of your money back, and I would cut off your training, of course, because it's over at that point. But I don't think a lot of people are going to do that. This is going to be for the person that's really serious about getting a hoop, but just needs to take a little bit more time in splitting up their hoop payment. Okay? So that is my new news, and I'm thinking it's right here at Valentine's Day, so there might be, a few people out there that wanted to get a hoop from Cupid and need to order it, but they didn't really want to have to pay for it all up front. Maybe you want to get it for yourself and show yourself a little love. So it's called the Hoop Payment Plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a graphic below in the comments. I'm going to do that right now while I've got y'all on the line. I don't know that I can. However, I may not be able to upload a photo. I may have to do it later. I can't pin it in the comments. But how about how about I do this? How about I post the link to the hoop layaway in the comments right now? I could do that. And did I mention we're getting new internet service tomorrow? Yeah, we're getting, I want to say 200 meg. You know what we have now? Y'all want to hear something really funny? You know what we have now? 20 meg. Yeah, that's all we have. That's all the highest we can get with the AT&T. I'm telling you, my husband has just been up to here with it. And when have y'all ever called anybody? Oh, thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much for that. I feel that. Thank you. I receive it. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. But have y'all ever called on the phone to cancel something with AT&T? Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to do, up at the top, you can do hoop layaway in my menu when it says buy hoop. So I've got everything already set in here. So everything is already set. Yes, it is. So y'all can find that on my website, but I'm going to put it down below. All right. And then what else is new? I wrote a blog post, and I'll probably put it below in the comments as well, where I highlight that video that I did with Biz TV. I think that video, y'all, has a lot of good information for anybody that is new to hooping and it really wants to get started doing this, but needs to understand why they would need a bigger hoop and why a smaller hoop's not working. I found the link, y'all. Hold on. I'm getting ready to put it on. I know you're saying something, Julie. Hang on, and I will read what you just said. I'm going to pin this comment, the hoop layaway comment that I made. But y'all go check it out. What do y'all think? Does that sound good? Julie, you're my biz person. You're my fellow biz person. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a good idea? And did I do it right? I just thought it was only fair if you're making payments on your hoop to give you a little bit of training. I think if you want to know what the training is, I'm pinning it to the top, y'all. If you want to know what the training is, let me see if I can break this down, if I can remember what it is. I might be able to go to the product and tell you. But I want to say I give you the waist hooping videos that you can get for free anyway on my website. So that's something anybody can get. And do you like it, Julie? I'm so glad. I just think it's a good idea. Because the price of hoops, I'm not going to lie, I've increased price, of course, but materials have gone up. I've only been doing these hoops 10 years. Do you think there's been an increase in what it costs to make them? And there has. Huge. So I looked, it's fair. I mean, I looked at pricing. I'm just being in the market. And plus, with mine, you do get some training. So that is my thoughts on that. But I thought since the price is high on hoops, you can't get around it. I'm going to have my own financing, which is really not financing, but it is. I think it's a good. I believe in really good customer service. I have a high amount of customer service background in my previous life, so or lives, when I worked out in the real world. So yeah. How can I decide what? Well, anyway, I'll tell you. You got the 4-way stooping videos. You've got 3 moves from warm up and stretch, which will just kind of give you a taste of what to do with the hoop, warm up and stretch wise, and 1 move from hoop walk, which is going to be passing that hoop around. So if you've ordered a hoop and you've made 1 payment, all right, you don't have to have that hoop in your hand to do the video, to work with those videos and learn body mechanics and kind of read the little PDF document that's got all my tips. Everything that you get in that layaway hoop training is very practical for you to get used to moving your body. And it'll get you excited too, and it'll get your head in the game, and it'll prepare you for when that hoop arrives. Does that make sense? So that is my news tonight, and I hope that y'all appreciate that. So if you know somebody that has been watching me for a long time, like, what is it, my friend Annette, my new client Annette, my new Inner Circle member Annette, who finally came to a lesson. She just happens to live local. But she said, oh, I've been watching you since, whenever, like for months and months and months or whatever. I know a lot of you do that. And it's okay, sister. It's okay. Let's see. What are you writing, Julie? It'll be so much easier for me to see it here. Hold on. I see you. What are you saying to me, sister? You get overwhelmed with all the videos and emails, suggestions on how to reduce the overwhelm. Yes. Are you saying overwhelmed with videos and emails of anything, or in like general biz, or who? I don't think, do I send a lot of emails? Or just up front, all the stuff you received in the beginning from me? Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't, me, I don't send a month. I don't send maybe 1. I sent 1 tonight. I haven't sent any emails to my whole list in a month. I try to do 1 a month, but sometimes I don't even make that. What kind of emails and videos are you talking about? Training? Biz training? Because if that's what you're talking about, oh, I hear you, sister. That's what I mean. I got to take time with it in hoops. Oh, okay. No, I get it. Yes. My suggestion to you, sister, this is for anybody, and this is why I'm creating a course for this. Because you, my friend, okay, and I want you to think of this as a business endeavor, as you would with watching business training, okay? Any online training, this applies. Not all of the training is going to apply to you, all right? Your job when you first get a hoop is to decide, what do I want to do with this hoop, okay? Do I want to learn what? At this point, Julie, your focus should be moving with the hoop very gently, which is going to be your warm-up and stretch, and learning how to waist hoop, all right? And learning how to do a couple of simple off-body moves. All of that, okay, is in the training vault online, right? Those very simple things is what the course that I'm creating is going to encompass. It's going to be a starter training. It's not going to go into a lot of more than what somebody like you would need. And you're in overwhelm when you look at all that stuff because you have no idea where to go, and that's because I haven't laid out that map for you. Is this making sense? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you right now what we're going to be working on in the Facebook group is creating that path together. Right. Thank you. Exactly. So I'm going to put that in place, and I'm going to present that to y'all in a post, let's say, in the group. Okay, and you're in there. So what you need to do is make sure you have notifications on for that group so that anytime I post, you can go in there and go, okay, yes, I like that. And then you can say, okay, I'm going to start doing more of that, even though the course isn't put together yet. And then here's the other thing. Once I get that laid out, that will become the test course. It's going to have this many modules, which won't be very many. It's not going to be a big, long course. Let me just say that. And that's one of the questions for you guys.
Could we do a 3-week, and I lay out 2 things a week for you to do that, and you have access to it after the course time frame is over, but I work with you for those 3 weeks. Does that make sense? So I need to know time frame, and how does that sound with you guys? I need to know, what does this list look like? What would you do? What would you tweak? Because you guys are the ones in the trenches with the hoops that don't know what you're doing. All right? And so my inner circle people like you, and we've had quite a few, would you agree, that have gotten started in the last few weeks, and we're still working on a monthly topic, but the majority of our work for the next at least month or two will be to get that path set. And it's not going to be very detailed. It's going to be simplified for this very reason, so you won't get overwhelmed and won't be overwhelmed. But for now, Julie, don't, will you leave it up? I got to do outside and it's too cold. Oh, yes. I mean, the group stuff in there that we'll be going over like this next month or two, well, yeah, you'll be able to look at it once the weather's warmer and go in there and utilize it. Sure thing. Absolutely. But what I want to say to you and anybody else watching that's in the group would be, hey, do y'all want to take the course as a test course? Because then I'd let you into the system, because I've already got on my website the course system. Do you know what I'm talking about? That has the modules, and you click it and then you get a check mark when you've completed it. Do you know what I mean? That on the back end is what I have to put all that, my actual words in, and plug those videos in so that you can see them on the screen and you check off when you're done. Understand what I mean? So if you want to go through the course, I'll be taking people out of the inner circle, or like volunteers from inner circle that want to, take the course with me, but you'll be my test dummies for it, right? And you'll be going through it at a deep, deep discount. I'm not going to make it completely free, but it ain't going to be expensive, like super expensive at all. And then the course really isn't either. But I mean, just, you put a little money in, you got skin in the game to complete it, and let's see what kind of results you get. Because I need people that are going to be committed, and they're going to do it, and they're going to share their results, and so that I can have some data to go, look what so-and-so did to her, and give me feedback. So because you're going to be giving me feedback, yes, I know everybody likes checking things off. That's why we need a course. So anybody that's watching that is not in my inner circle, okay, you might be watching on the replay. Julie is, and I'm talking to her because she's asking questions. But look forward to this, okay? That way what you're gleaning right now from me being on here, talking to you, even though you're not hooping, you're not in my inner circle, you're gleaning how I work and how I run. So you can kind of get a preview of how my course is going to be. I'm really generous, okay, with my time and I hope that you would agree with that, Julie. Can I get like yeah, she's pretty good. But I'm generous with my time, and I explain really well. But I want to put the stuff that everybody has access to in my inner circle. Everybody, somebody could get all those videos right now if they wanted to go buy my training vault of videos. It's on my website, okay? But there's no course that spells out how to exactly use it. Make sense? Some people just want the facts. They just want the meat. They don't care about the path, but the majority of the people care about the path, because without a path, right, Julie, we kind of get overwhelmed. And I've already said this before. I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought I was giving a lot of value by giving a ton of videos. But then you don't. It's kind of like going to YouTube and you get overwhelmed. You know what that feels like when you're looking up something on YouTube and then it's just like, oh my God, there's like a million things. The only difference with my videos is that it's only me teaching you. Okay? I hope you're saying something good. I see you commented, but thank you. I know it is take a lot of time, and I don't know how I do it either. The only thing I can say with this is, and this speaks to everybody that's watching, even if you're not already a client of mine, these videos, y'all, they're gold. I'm not lying. They're really good. I'm really good at explaining these basic, simple moves. But they need to be in order, and they need to be me guiding you through it for success. They really do. And when I put them together, I was very much still used to just coddling my people in person, and I didn't have this much of a online presence. I didn't have online clients yet. I made those videos, 4 or 5 years ago. Some of them 5, some of them 4, some of them 3. But I'm just saying, they're good videos and they're evergreen. They're not going to go bad. Now I just need to take that material, add a little stuff to it, guide you through it, put it in a system so you can check off online that you're finished with that video and get your butt outside and practice. And then only do what you're supposed to do till you kind of perfect that one thing. That's what you need to do, Julie, is don't stress about it right now, darling. You got time because you got the weather, beating you up right now. But when it's time and you've got the weather outside time, you're not going to have to spend an amount of time that's over the top on this, but you are going to have to be consistent with it and take my guidance in a format that you can bite off and do it and say, dang, I made some progress. Okay, let's go on to the next step. That is missing. That's the missing piece of the puzzle right now, and that's why we close the inner circle, because I just need to kind of get some cohesiveness with you guys. And I think we're going to be doing that. I think we already are. I just love that I don't have to worry about new people showing up right now, and I can just speak to who's in there. And I'm gonna assess where everybody is. So when I ask you guys, who in here is a complete beginner, who in here has been hooping, for 2 years, who in here has been hooping for 5 years, and we're gonna go from there. You know what I mean? Some people have been hooping longer than 5, but the ones that have been hooping really brand new is who this course is for. Okay, and then the people that have been hooping a really long time, they're going to chime in and go, I think that's great because when I first started hooping, I sure wished I had that. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, that's just, it's going to be good. So thanks, Julie, for that feedback. I appreciate it. So anybody that's joining late, I'm just going to review one more time. In the pinned comment, you're going to see the Hoop Layaway Program. That layaway program allows you to make 2 payments on your hoop. And you get some training with it, and it's a really good deal because you really need to see some training while you're kind of waiting and anxious about getting started. You don't need a hoop to do the things that are going to benefit you in the long run. And so while you're watching those videos and practicing your body, and I'm going to tell you right now, I hope Julie, are you still watching, Julie Taylor? Just give me or a heart. Because if you are, I will say this. If you were a starter right now in a layaway situation, you would be looking at the 4 waist hooping videos and moving your body when you could. You would be looking at 3 warm-up and stretch videos, okay? And you would be doing up and down. You would be doing back and front. Good. I hope you're listening, Julie. So 4 waist hooping videos. I would start moving your body like you're supposed to in those waist hooping videos. You don't need no hoop. You don't get me on my high horse, girl, but don't use the weather as an excuse not to practice your waist hooping because you need to start moving your body as if you were hooping. You don't need your hoop. So you're going to do your waist hooping videos. Watch them more than once. Listen to me. Let my voice get in your head. Move that body. Move that body. Push yourself. Get your heart rate up. Hold your arms out above your head and move like I tell you to move. Then, it's called air hooping. Read your sheet that's got all the tips on it, that PDF doc. It's at the bottom of all your videos. Anyway, and then I want you to take your hoop and go look at the 3 videos in warm up and stretch. Up and down, back and front, and hip rotations and chest rotations. Those 3 videos. Okay? And those you can move in your house, don't need no hoop. And then passing that hoop, when you put the hoop and you pass it down here, your hands are down, passing hands down. Look at that video. Move those hands. Say those words. Pretend you have that hoop. Those 3 things right there, the waist, the 3 warm up stretch moves, and passing. That's what I would work on right now while you're in the house. For real. And let me know how it goes. Pop in the group and tell me, okay? That's because that is what I'm giving my layaway people. Incidentally, that is what's going to be a big part of the course. Makes sense? It's simple stuff, but it is important that you understand why you're doing it and how you're doing it. Now, there's a lot more warm-up and stretch videos, as you know, so you're going to want to dip your toe in some of those, but you don't have to do all of them at the beginning. You need to pick. I said this in the 21-day focus that's in the group. That's another great document in the group. Okay? If you go to the files section in the Facebook group, 21-day focus is going to be a part of the class too, a part of the course.
because it's always just been a freestanding file inside the Facebook group. Well, I'm going to make it in part of the course. I'm taking the material we talk about. It's going to be in the course. So one of the first things is take 3 moves from warm up and stretch and memorize them and work on them. And you could do that for a solid week, because for a lot of times you're not used to hooping at all. So you need to get used to moving your body without a hoop. All right. And when it's winter and cold outside, this is the best time to do it. And so now, if I have this layaway plan, you can buy your hoop, but you don't have to have a hoop to start moving and getting your head in the game. But you got some money on the table. It's like playing a game. You got money on the table, baby. You made your hoop payment. Now it's time to get moving. Do you know what I mean? That's what a hoop layaway program is going to do for you. And for somebody that's already got a hoop, like you, and you're in my membership, but you're overwhelmed, you just got to stick with me, girl, because we're gonna make that course, okay? I appreciate y'all watching. If I can help anybody with any answer any questions, just pop the comment below, and I will be checking that. But as I said at the beginning of this video, my husband, he's on staycation, and I have not missed being on the Facebook on a live video. I know Facebook wants us to feed it like it's a hungry dog. Give us some food, and that's called live video, is the food that we have to feed it. And I've not been feeding the Facebook that much with live video. But I don't miss it, because I've got my husband home, and I love my husband, and I love spending time with him. So, my goodness, I don't even know if I'm still live. Am I still live? Because this thing's done froze up on me. But that's my internet, which we're getting fixed tomorrow. So we're getting some new internet. All right. Thanks for watching. If you have questions about layaway, pop them below. And happy Valentine's Day. I'll probably see you before then, or if not on that day. Me and my husband have some plans. We're going to spend the day together. Didn't he plan well? Staycation during Valentine's week. I love my husband. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye, Julie. Hey there, everybody. I'm back for day 2. Now, if you joined me yesterday, you know that I'm building a hoop dance practice for you at home by doing this step by step every single day, and building it over a 7-day period. And then you're going to have all these little ideas that you can stick together, and every day you can do yourself a little practice. Now, that doesn't mean that each of these days, each little segment could be just something that you do maybe for 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, and then at lunchtime you do another part, and in the evening maybe you put 3 or 4 of these together. But the first most important one was the first video, so go back and make sure you watch that one. And it's elevating your heart rate. So let's say we've already got our heart rate built up. We've done some waist hooping, for example. And I went over that yesterday. Maybe you have elevated it that way. Maybe you've used your arms and your feet moving, but let's just go ahead for the sake of getting this done quickly that we've already done that. Now we're going to get into some stretching. The warming up and stretch do go together, so you're going to pull different segments of this. In my program, I have several videos that show different moves to stretch. And some of those are going to be static stretches. Those are the kind of stretches that you do at home. I'm sorry, not at home, that you do after you've hooped for a while and you're just standing still, isolating a muscle. Maybe it's your calf or your thigh, okay? But we're not going to talk about those stretches right now. We're going to talk about dynamic stretches. Most of the ones that we do are when we're moving, okay? And the most flexible one that I like to work into my hoop dance practice is passing around the body. And so this is one of the moves in my program, and it is also a dynamic stretch move. So as you can see, we're opening up the chest and we're opening up the back, upper back. So this is going to be one of those moves that you go right to after your heart rate's elevated, because it's going to elevate you even more. You're really juicing up these joints. Now you can also from here take it above the head, and now you're passing above the head, okay? So when we're passing above the head, we're actually dynamically stretching as well. So those are 2 moves right there that aren't necessarily what we say, okay, we're stretching. That's not what you think of, but we're really, really opening up when we're doing this. And we can combine a lot of things, and when the music's on, you get going.
And I'm going to show you that in just a second. The other things that we go through when we stretch, we will take the hoop, and like I said, we're already here from doing some of this in the warm-up. You know, you can do things like stretch to the side, over here, okay? You can have it back here, and you can be doing this. That's dynamic stretching, because even though I'm still dancing and moving, we're getting some good stretching through here, still working the shoulders. And again, I talked about that yesterday. These are those off-body moves. Look at that we're still stretching, but we're keeping moving. We're warming up the body and stretching at the same time at this point now. You never want to do that kind of move until the heart rate is elevated, but that is how we stretch. We get that heart rate up, and then we kind of go to town. Even this move from yesterday, that's more stretching. Now, you can also do stretches for the lower body and the chest, and that is important, and that's part of warm up and stretch as well. So when we're doing that, we want to make sure that we're really isolating the hips, and I show you how to do that in my program. Also, that we're doing that pelvic tilt that's so important in waist tubing, which, by the way, you can get those 4 free videos that show you all through the process of learning how to waist tube. But a lot of it is, where is your pelvis, and we want to make sure that we're keeping it engaged and under. So you want to make sure that you give some warm-up time to the hips. You can even spread the legs. And again, I go through all this in separate videos. We're going to do the same thing with the chest. You know, in the upper back of the rib cage area, we're going to isolate and we're going to push it. And I go break this down a whole lot in my program. But you know, the point is, you're really working every little ligament and tendon inside the chest wall and all this rib cage area. Rib cage isolations are so important, and I always tell my clients, you know, you can find time to do these anytime during the day, and it really relieves a lot of upper body stress. And the shoulder area that we're warming up and loosening up and juicing up, you know, we carry a lot of stress up here, so that's what's good about having a hoop, to kind of loosen all that up as well. So you've done a lot of your isolations of your hips and your basically your torso. You're getting it all nice and stretched, and then from there you can start. One of the most favorite things is this twisting. And again, this is explained fully in my program too, because you really need to be safe when you're doing this twisting. We're opening up the spine a lot, and there's different positions we put our hoop. But again, I've got music on, and I'm making this more like a dance, even though I'm warming up and stretching, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to put some music on, and I'll just show you a little brief thing that we're doing here. So I've done my warming up from yesterday, let's say. So now this is the second piece we would add on. I might do some twisting, bringing it up. I'm facing directions, but then I might change that and face opposite my foot. I feel that stretch. I do this, bring it in the front. So these are stretches, even though it looks like I'm kind of dancing, okay? And I'd make a circle. I put it in front of myself. There's another good stretch. It's like very yoga based. We're gonna do some hips. You know, you do big circles, tiny circle, and we make sure we go both ways. Now we're gonna do the chest, maybe side to side. We're only doing the rib cage. Circles. This upper back is going to be really important as you grow in your hoop practice. So that's why we give all these body parts some extra attention. Over time, you're going to lengthen, you know, your reach. You're going to lengthen and increase your range of motion. So if you want to just take it to some of these arm swings. But the point is, you want to move through these stretches. So much safer and really good on our joints. And that's the one thing we tend to forget about as we get older. So we got to keep those joints flexible. And I'm rushing through this because I want you to know there's a lot more to this than what you're seeing in the program. You know, every little move is broken down. And then you can kind of piecemeal what your body resonates with. No two clients of mine are ever the same. They're all over the place. You know, some need a lot of extra help just opening up a specific part or two of their body. Really tighten the pelvic area, really tighten the shoulders, maybe shoulder issues. So I might skip 2 or 3 of the moves and go, you know what, we're just gonna work on this shoulder gently. This is the only thing I want you to work on. You know, those are the kind of things that you need to be aware of. All of hooping is so different, you know, for those that are getting started. Some things, if you attempt to do certain things, it could be unsafe. So you got to really know where you're at in your journey, and then kind of know what's safe for you to do. And until you get to that point where, okay, that move is really comfortable for me, then we can add on another layer to a move and get you doing something else. But sometimes, a lot of the times, you need to really think about safety and what your body can accomplish right now where you're at. And there is definitely something you can do. You know, that's the good thing, is that with a hoop, you can dial it back a whole lot and still a beginner can get started. I am now going to tell you guys, before it gets too late, because I'm fixing to end, that if you are interested in my program and you want to stick to all of these days that are coming up, and then you say, you know what, I want to get even more information, you can use a code on my program online, and you go to my website and you'll see Around Joy Basics. And how you get there is you look for hoops. You know, you see that. You don't want to click on hoops just yet because that won't take you to the program. You can either look at the hoops first, or you can look at the program, which is Learn at Home, okay? And it'll take you to a page and explain all about it. The price is $77, but I have a code, $30 off, and that is going to be Facebook. It stands for Facebook Live 30, which is going to be FBLIVE 30, and that code will take $30 off the price, so you can get the entire program, which is a vault of information, for just $47. And I would encourage you to highly consider it if this is resonating with you a little bit, because I can step by step walk you through the process and get you moving safely and having a good time and just feeling more vital. That is, you know, the part of hooping that has really, really stood out with me. And I want to empower everybody to feel this way and feel a lot more joy in your life, and just feel a lot less pain, because this has so many properties to it. It's like you know, layers of an onion. It can just really make you feel good in subtle ways over time and really shape you up. Now tomorrow, we're gonna focus on arms, because we all want to have pretty arms. And if you're like me and don't really dig lifting weights, this is going to be enough for you to get some really nice work done on those arms. And at the same time, be up, moving, dancing to music, and having a great time. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them below, and I'll be happy to get back to you probably later today. All right? Thanks a lot. You have a good one. Bye.